last 2 matches to nail down a spot in the Final Four, but 2 losses, and Van Dam could be on the outside looking in.
About your damn luck.
And his opponent from Leapersburg, Tennessee, the Cowboy, James Storm.
There were a lot of people who felt that James Storm was the one individual who had the most to prove in the Bound for Glory series. That coming off his loss to Bobby Roode at Lockdown. And if you think about it, the Cowboy set the tone. He set the pace, winning the opening 20-point gauntlet match, jumping out to an early lead. James Storm sits in first place. He's number 1. This is the final match for James Storm in the Bound for Glory series.
And it's massive. I mean, to lock in a spot if Storm can be victorious over the very, very tough Van Dam. To lock yourself into that Final Four. Listen, James Storm has done a phenomenal, excellent, amazing job in this Bound for Glory series, Mike. Seems like he's been at the tippy top the whole way through.
Yeah, almost wire to wire at this point for the Cowboy. Final Four to meet September 9th at No Surrender. We'll have the semifinals. We'll also have the finals that night. But big news, because the wrestler who ends up finishing in first place in the Bound for Glory series, he gets to choose his opponent in the semifinals at No Surrender. That's the night we find out who challenges for the world title at Bound for Glory. That is huge.
That is a massive, massive, massive deal. If you win this, and if you're the top of the heap, if you're number 1, you get to pick your opponent in the semifinals. That is humongous for sure. Right now, though, Storm has got to try to keep Van Dam at bay here. Don't let Rob's body get free, meaning those kicks and those feet. It will knock the taste out of your mouth.
To get on the inside, to get all the latest news from our TNA president, Dixie Carter. Follow her on Twitter at TNA Dixie. And while you're at it, check out our Backstage Pass on Facebook. Exclusive content that you're not getting anywhere else.
How about what we heard? I mean, Hulk Hogan coming out here with Sting, weapons in hand, telling the World Heavyweight Champion, Austin Aries, basically, we got your back. We're here for support. Hogan said if they want a bloodbath, Ace and Ace, we'll give them one. And Aces and Ace basically saying, Mike, hey, we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, we heard the threat, the ominous words from Aces and Eights. We'll be down there later on. Whoa. Wasn't that it?
That was basically it for sure. See the flexibility from Van Dam with that split. Very impressive.
Equally as impressive, the forearm shot, the strike by Storm, and the Cowboy stacks up RVD for 2.
Well, you see the sense of urgency that the Cowboy James Storm had, but he went for that cover on someone like Van Dam, because you better be aggressive in your covers to try and get a pinfall win on Rob.
Still to come tonight, we are live here in Orlando. It is the results of Gut Check. We will find out if Chris Louis gets a contract tonight. Also, 2 other huge, very important Bound for Glory series matches. It's must-win time when Kurt Angle faces Jeff Hardy.
Oh, God, you're not kidding. I mean, listen, whoever wins that match between Angle and Hardy has life. The loser is outdone. Thanks for coming in the Bound for Glory series.
And our other Bound for Glory series matchup tonight, continuation of the long-term rivalry between the phenomenal AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Nuff said there.
Yes, sir. Oh, watch out. Oh! Again, that flexibility of Van Dam, able to get that foot up, that kick up, and pop Storm right in the side of his head.
Van Dam has second thoughts. Boom! Then goes slingshot, crashing down onto Storm. Who's going to prevail in the Bound for Glory series? James Storm, Rob Van Dam. The answer when we return to Impact Wrestling Live.
Honey, I'm
back live on Impact Wrestling. This, the Bound for Glory series matchup. Storm the cover on Van Dam. Stacks him up and gets just 2. This, the action that went down just moments ago during the commercial break. Take it, Taz.
Yo, Van Dam right there just dropping Storm. And look at that shit, his leg drop. Tell you what, Van Dam was all over James Storm during the commercial break. And Storm just getting lit up right here by Van Dam.
James Storm trying to maintain his first-place status, his lead in the Bound for Glory series. It would give him a huge edge at No Surrender, because the winner of the Bound for Glory series, the first-place competitor at the end of the regular series, gets to pick his opponent in the semifinal matchup. RVD going to spring back on target. Perfect.
Yeah, Van Dam, he is just, well, you know, he wants to go for that Rolling Thunder right now. He looks excellent in this matchup here. He understands the level, the height of importance of this Bound for Glory series match. Rolling Thunder was hit. Can Rob beat him?
Here's the pin. Van Dam hooks the far leg and gets to another near fall. You know, it was back at Slammiversary where James Storm made his return to TNA Wrestling. He ended the undefeated streak of Crimson that night. He's been on a roll ever since. And you can check it out. Our Slammiversary DVD. It is on sale now at Shop TNA.
Look at this, nice back round kick by the Cowboy. Oh my God, an exclamation point DDT.
Jumping DDT.
Got him, got him, got him, got him.
Not enough. Again, the importance of this Bound for Glory series match. Storm wants to maintain the lead. He wants to hand-pick his opponent in the semifinals at No Surrender. On the other hand, Van Dam looking for a win, either tonight or next week when it's his final match, because that probably is going to put him in the Final Four.
I think Van Dam might be counting sheep after that jumping DDT. He's in a bad way, Rob.
You know, we've been watching the educated feet of both Rob Van Dam and the Cowboy, James Storm. As Storm able to get RVD up to his shoulders.
Storm, buddy. Eye the Storm.
Release. Stack him up again. Another pin attempt and another 2 count.
That just goes to show you how tough, how relentless RVD is to sustain that kind of punishment to the back of his skull, not once, but twice. The normal man would be out like a light pin, beat, done. Van Dam just keeps on ticking, man.
A dazed and a weary Van Dam, using the ropes essentially to try and get back up to his feet. Met in the corner by Storm, who unleashes the right.
Put everything behind that right hand did the Cowboy. Cowboy can do just about anything he wants here. Oh, wait a minute.
Quick recovery by RVD. Rolls through and monkey flip out of the corner.
That was a pretty big monkey flip right there. Might be enough time right here for Van Dam to recoup, try to string together a couple of maneuvers to level the playing field a little bit.
Van Dam rolls through and got drilled. Last call super kick in the corner. Storm covers and James Storm gets the win and picks up 7 points.
Your winner, the Cowboy, James Storm.
Tell you what, massive victory for the Cowboy. I mean, Van Dam might have been going, he did a roll through, might have been going for his monkey flip. But the Cowboy just sat, played a little possum, I think, Mike. And then that last call, super kick, hit its mark. Let's take a look here. Van Dam rolls through. Well, Van Dam rolls through, and then that kick. I know when I saw it live, it hit its mark.
Huge victory for the Cowboy, James Storm, because as a result of the 7 points off the pin over RVD, he maintains the lead. First place in the Bound for Glory series. Going to send it to ringside. Our broadcast colleague, Christy Hemme, is going to get a word with the man who is in first place in the Bound for Glory series. It's a post-match celebration for James Storm.
Congratulations, James Storm, on making it to the Final Four in the Bound for Glory series.
Christy, I did exactly what I said I was going to do when I came
surrender. And there's the former Knockouts champ. It's Madison Rayne. She's on her way to the ring. Not exactly sure what this is about. Presume we're going to hear from Madison Rayne after this.
I'm sure it'll be uplifting.
When Taco Bell first came to...
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Seattle, Washington, Madison Rayne.
How beautiful the queen. Look at her. The queen bee, Madison Rayne. Gorgeous, Mike.
Yes, the former Knockouts champ, Madison Rayne, and if you think back, without the assistance of Earl Hebner, and thanks to the Knockouts ref, Taryn Terrell, calling things right down the middle, because of our executive in charge of the Knockouts, Brooke Hogan, the latest reign as the Knockouts champ for Madison Rayne was short-lived. And now Taryn Terrell is in the ring as a referee. I guess we're going to have a Knockouts match here.
That's fine by me. I think that's a grand idea.
Earlier this week, I received a phone call from the almighty Brooke Hogan, informing me that tonight I would have a match here on iMPACT. Obviously, Miss Hogan has come to her senses, and tonight I am being granted my rematch for my Knockouts title that someone cost me a few weeks ago. So without any further ado, bring the champ on down here so I can lay her out and take back what's rightfully mine. Bring her on out.
Going to get a shot against Miss Tessmacher?
Oh, wait a minute. This is not Tessmacher.
No. Wow, we've seen the video updates from time to time, but it's been a while since we've seen ODB in the impact zone.
Well, yeah, she's been kind of hanging out in the back of the impact zone. Shocker. Waiting for a hubby.
Sorry, little princess, but I got some bad news for you. See, I got a little phone call, too, from Brooke Hogan. And she said I had a match tonight.
Not with me. No.
Yep. It looks like it's going to be me and you, honey.
No.
Wow.
So, you can kiss